Pippa Douglas turned off the car's engine, and the brief view she'd had of golden stone walls and mullioned windows framing a farmhouse vanished in the darkness. She glanced at her daughter in the passenger seat, letting a long, weary breath escape. Finally, they were here. She couldn't remember when she'd last driven so far. London to the Yorkshire Dales was a journey she'd not made in many years, and she didn't want to think of the last time. Not now. Harriet's eyes were closed, her pale, oval face shadowed by darkness. Pippa reached across, tucking a long strand of sun-kissed brown hair behind Harriet's ear, a maternal gesture often denied her now that her daughter was a teenager. How had that happened so fast? It seemed only moments since she'd been tiny, toddling from nursery into primary school and beyond. "Harriet, we're here, sweetheart." Pippa was gentle, not wanting to jolt her from sleep too suddenly. "Time to wake up." "Huh?" Harriet grimaced as she rearranged herself on the seat and rubbed her neck. Her eyes automatically fell to the phone in her hand, the light from the screen brightening her confused expression. "Already? You've been out for the past 2 hours, since we set off after the services. You obviously needed the rest." Pippa held back a sigh as Harriet's fingers darted over the screen, brightening it some more. "Come on, we may as well get on with it. Aren't you even a little bit curious about the house?" "Are you? Stop trying to deflect." Pippa's hand was on the door and she pushed it open, deciding to ignore the suggestion of sharpness in Harriet's reply. "You know me too well." "So that's a no, then." "Come on, Mum, it'll be an adventure." "I'm not looking for an adventure. And the last thing I needed was your granddad dumping another of his problems in my lap right at the beginning of the summer holidays." Pippa had long been the unofficial head of her dad's blended family, a role he was perfectly happy to let her occupy. Everyone automatically gravitated to her when a decision needed making or a problem solved. As the eldest of his 5 children, she was the one who remembered birthdays, arranged meetups, sent flowers, checked in. Somehow, she held them all together. She didn't resent the role she'd taken upon herself 25 years ago after her mum had died, but there were occasions when she wished the family didn't ping everything they wanted sorting out straight to her inbox. It wasn't that their dad didn't love them, but he led a relatively unconventional life, and family was something he fitted in alongside his career. Jonny Jones was almost as famous for his northern roots as he was for being the lead singer of legendary rock band Blue at Midnight. For Pippa, it was a given that he wouldn't slide quietly into old age and stop attracting headlines for his love life as well as the band's long-awaited, supposedly final album. Currently on the Australian leg of a seemingly never-ending world retirement tour, the dates of which only Pippa in the family had marked on her calendar, Jonny had flown to Bali for a break away from the mayhem of his own life. But then last week, just when Harriet's summer term had ended, which immediately made Pippa suspicious, because generally her dad knew nothing about such things, he'd got in touch by email to say that a property he owned needed sorting out, and she was the only one he trusted to take care of it. And seeing as she'd need to visit and have a proper look at the house, why didn't she take Harriet along as well?